Hello, cookbook friends, and welcome. We're going to be looking at a cocktail book today. It is Coffee Cocktails. This one is really great if you love coffee cocktails. This is going to be a really cool thing to have on your shelf. Let's look at it together. Lots of these photos are phenomenal. I am really pumped. So here we have coffee and cocktails. That's it for the table of contents. And one thing I love about this is that we learn a lot about coffee and different essentials for coffee and for cocktails. So of course you've got your bar cart essentials listed, but coffee stuff too. Things like an atomizer bottle. So there's lots of cool stuff in here. You learn about the history of coffee and different kinds of coffee from all around the world and what that different flavors actually look like, and even terms. I still sometimes, I've been drinking coffee forever, as I think most of us probably have. I still get really confused about some of the stuff, probably because I just don't care. I'm like, give me the caffeine. But it's good to know. And there are distinct flavors, obviously. Like there's some coffees where I'm like, no. And then there's other ones where I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, it's to each their own. There's flavors of coffee too, different charts. It's a pretty extensive book. I really dig it. So the coffee chapter in itself is lots of cool stuff. Then we get into the cocktails. There are 75 cocktails, coffee cocktails. Some of these I'm shocked. Like they look amazing. This looks super good. So we have a milk and cookies cocktail. The photos, by the way, are so good. So here we talk about just the recipe, where it came from, the inspiration. Sometimes it does incorporate like I don't know, historical context if that's applicable. Then here we have our ingredients. This is our instructions, which is, one paragraph or sentence. But what's cool here is they give us a coffee and liquor option here that we read through. So there's going to be certain recipes that require certain coffees. So some require darker roasts or lighter roasts. Some require like fruitier, more robust, smokier. So this is a great guide so that you can get a really good cocktail. You can't just put any coffee in anything. So it does change the flavor. It's an incredibly dynamic ingredient. So I like that there's a really good guide here to help us make really good cocktails. This is called the Big Brew. This looks awesome. And I love that there's cake there too. Here is the Italian Secret. What is that? This looks like it's citrusy. Maybe it's not. It says in Averna Digestivo, which I've never had. Grappa, hazelnut liqueur, like so many interesting flavors and things that I've never had. I'm so excited to try. The Forbidden Fruit, and this has coffee in it. That's so cool. It says your favorite house espresso. So if you don't have an espresso maker, that is something you might want in this cookbook. I don't, and I'm really jealous if you do. And then there's things like a French press that might be useful too. So there's different ways of brewing coffee and how that applies to this. So this is definitely a book for coffee connoisseurs. So here's the Crema de la Creme, which honestly I'm craving. This looks amazing. Oh, so good. The blackberries look awesome. This says too hot. Coffee naturally works well hot, so why aren't there more warming cocktails being enjoyed than a typical Irish or Bailey's coffee? Cocktails are very underrated, so I'm thinking these are warm cocktails maybe. We have a Kentucky coffee. The chocolate over here I think is actually melted to the glass. It must be. Ginger nut latte. That would be a really nice treat for the holidays or fall time. A whiskey pour over. This looks amazing. So fun. Wonder if you actually pour whiskey, like warm whiskey, into the coffee. Oh my gosh, I'm learning so much right now. Maybe not. Dutch coffee. Man, love these photos. They look magical. We have a Mexican mocha. I already know this is going to be a favorite for me. Yum. It's got to have some spice. Yep, spiced coffee liqueur. Campfire mocha. Yum. Here we have an imperial coffee. I want this apparatus. That's really cool. 3 next chapters built. So different layers. This is a cafe cocoa. I would love to be the photographer for this particular book. Like, there's just so many cool things in here. A cafe baller. One thing I'm noticing too is that almost every recipe does have a photo. I think every single one does. Cafe Corona. Cafe Negroni. Love this. It's so pretty. We also have this Smoky Bobby Burns. Some of these are showstoppers, like for real. I think people would be. I mean, this Turkish delight is so stunning. This would be a fun way, you know, if you had a group of friends coming over for movie nights or something, and it's like 3 of you. You could have these awesome, basically dessert cocktails. What? Pop it like it's hot. Wow, yum. Homemade coffee products. So you can actually make your own coffee syrups. So this is a simple cold brew method, stovetop, hot brew method. They guide you on all kinds of stuff and making like your own fun things. I love this. Coffee soda, coffee ice. That's a pretty easy one, but that's a great way to incorporate coffee into a beverage. Coffee infused vermouth, coffee infused spirit. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. If you are somebody who loves coffee and you want to learn more about coffee cocktails, there's a craft to it. It's similar to like tea. You can't just put tea in anything. You can't put coffee in anything. Distinct flavors, lots of variety. So check out the art and craft of coffee cocktails. It's really, really cool. If you're looking for other beverage or cocktail cookbooks, we have a whole playlist. So check that out because we have a lot. We love cocktails and tea and coffee over here. And if you love cookbooks, make sure to join us on our socials. Those are all listed in the description below. We'd love to see you around. Make sure to comment, subscribe, follow. Let us know what cookbooks you want us to look through next time. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you.